What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Got breaking news. Anthony Joshua, who will put his titles on the line in the WBA, IBF, and WBO against number one ranked and mandatory contender in the WBO and former undisputed cruiserweight champion AJ-Usyk. The fight's going to take place in the UK. The venue is Tottenham Stadium, and the fight has sold out in less than 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, let's give a round of applause for Anthony Joshua being the biggest global superstar. Let's give a shout out to Eddie Hearn for being the best promoter in boxing, doing record numbers, doing things that we have never seen in the sport of boxing. The great AJ, one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all times, Anthony Joshua. But in all actuality, that ain't nothing but cap. It's cap. It's propaganda. Once again, perpetrated by Eddie, the con artist. Now, you can call me a hater, but I'm talking about what's reality. Because the fact of the matter is, Matchroom Boxing bought them tickets. Other ticket outlets / ticket agencies bought those tickets, and they're going to resell them. That's the game that they play over there in the UK, ladies and gentlemen. They've been doing that for a minute in AJ's fights. So miss me with the making it look like the fans are all down the street lined up, buying these tickets, selling these tickets out in less than 24 hours, because that's not the case, ladies and gentlemen. Better yet, let's see when this fight does take place on September 25th. Let's see the receipts for this fight. Let's see the live gate from this fight. Because if it's doing these type of numbers, then they probably should have a record gate. This here should break the record set by Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 2. That's the largest ever gate for a heavyweight matchup. In the article, it said over 100,000 fans were trying to get tickets to this fight. I think the stadium holds around 60,000 seats. So that means 40,000 fans were SOS. My bad, SOL. That means shit out of luck. Boy, this is propaganda, once again, perpetrated by Eddie Hearn. You know, just a couple of days ago when Bob Arum had made a comment about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight should be in the UK, he started talking about the reason why he's saying that is because Wilder and Fury fight as flat as a pancake, you know, in reference to the fight not selling at all. They have slow ticket sales. But Bob Father came out the other day and said that over half of the tickets have been already sold for that fight, and they're on track to sell out that fight. But the bottom line is, that's good. I'm not trying to hate on them. You know, you get 60,000 people in the attendance. That's good for a fight. That's gonna have a good atmosphere. It's gonna be a buzz going into that fight. I'm gonna watch it on TV, man. I'm gonna watch it on the Zone, or I'll watch it from another stream. I'll probably watch it on the stream or somewhere. I'm gonna check the fight out. I'll find a spot to watch the fight. I don't have the Zone, but I will find a way to check that fight out. No doubt about it. You know, I might. I'll check the fight out. And it's going to be a good atmosphere. I'm not trying to take nothing away from AJ. But the bottom line is, AJ is a big fish in a small pond. That's just the reality of the situation. Big fish in a small pond. You know, he made it big over there in the UK. He's the biggest thing since sliced bread over there in the UK. Make no mistake about it. But over here in the United States, when they talk about him, they mispronouncing his name. You got Reggie Miller, the Hall of Fame basketball player. He called him Anthony Johnson. So they let you know what type of name recognition he got over here in the United States. Actually, his brethren from the UK, Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, is a bigger star over here in the US than AJ. When AJ came over here, he crashed and burned. Remember that night, that fateful night in New York City, AKA the Big Apple, when he got put to sleep? Like Andy Ruiz gave him the NyQuil and he waved that white flag, ladies and gentlemen, and he quit. But give him props, he came back in the rematch and put on a snooze fest. You know, the old Klitschko grab and jab, jab and grab tactic. And he used that to a T. I wonder why he had Klitschko in his training camp in the lead up to that rematch, and you saw why, because he basically followed the Klitschko blueprint. And that's not a good that's not an exciting blueprint to follow. You know, they got the Mayweather blueprint, that's about making money, but that Klitschko blueprint, that's about putting people to sleep. And that's exactly what he did, but give him props for getting his titles back. Now he's over there, back in his comfort zone, back over there in the UK, and Eddie Hearn is doing Eddie Hearn type of things, you know, perpetrating to the public like AJ is just selling out so fast. The fans are in a frenzy, going crazy. You got 40,000 fans that's broken-hearted. Broken-hearted. Remember that old broken-hearted? With old Brandy and Warren A. Morris from Boys and Men. Broken-hearted. Broken-hearted. Yeah, they broken-hearted, boy, over there. They couldn't get them AJ tickets over there. 40,000 fans weren't able to get tickets. That's how fast those tickets sold out. Sold out in less than 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, Eddie Hearn is putting AJ on a pedestal so he can get in front of every microphone that he can get in front of and run that same old line that he's been running for the last 5 years with AJ. AJ is the biggest global superstar in the world. AJ is our iconic star. AJ is the biggest star in boxing. If he's the biggest star in boxing, why he ain't made it over here in the United States? Why when he came over here, it was a bad situation that transpired over here when he fought Andy Ruiz. And he ain't came back since. Ain't looking to come back since. Ain't looking to come back since that fight. You ain't never heard AJ talking about, man, I want to come back to U.S. and make it right. You ain't never heard him say that. He ain't trying to come over here. He wasn't trying to come over here in the first place. He was forced to come over here by Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn was trying to make it big over here in the United States. He was trying to make it big with the zone over here. So he tried to get AJ over here to first fight Big Baby Miller. And then he pulled out because he was on that juice. And he got pulled from that fight. And then Andy Ruiz came in the 11th hour and knocked and stopped AJ. Ever since then, he ain't been thinking about coming back over here. You know, they were talking about fighting Fury. They were talking about fighting over there in Saudi Arabia. You know. So from now on, just look for AJ to be fighting over there. Because he had a panic attack when he was over here. His daddy acted like he wanted to fight Eddie Hearn. You know, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he wasn't ready for that fight. He wasn't, you know, he was having problems in training camp. They say he was getting dropped. I ain't talking about training camp. Yeah, that's training camp. You don't know the situation, what was going on that particular day, what he was doing before he got in the ring, how many sparring partners he had sparred before he fought that particular sparring partner that allegedly dropped him, that knocked him out. I don't know which one it was. They say he definitely got put down. So, you know, I don't know what the situation was, but all I know is AJ ain't trying to think about coming back over here to the United States and fight again. He's looking to stay over there and fight Usyk. And he gonna drag especially if it's Fury. If it's Wilder, he ain't fighting Wilder. But if it's Fury, they gonna drag that overseas. He ain't coming back over here no time soon. Best believe that. So it is what it is. I just want to do a little video, man, because it brought back old memories, man, when I saw that article on Boxing Scene. I say, yeah, because every time AJ have a fight, they talk about the fight sold out in 24 hours and, you know, stuff like that. They need be in Wembley Stadium, and because Wembley Stadium hold 100,000, you're going to need 100,000 people to be satisfied so they can be able to see AJ, and Tottenham Stadium hold 60,000 and 40,000 fans are going to not be able to watch AJ fight live. So they gonna have to, you know, go home and watch it on TV, and it ain't gonna be like being there live, because it's gonna be buzzing. It's gonna be electric atmosphere. Make no mistake about it. AJ is a global superstar. He is one of the top names in the sport of boxing. He is the #1 draw over there in the UK. But the problem is when you talk about international and when you talk about the biggest of the big stars, he's not on the level of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's not on the level of Manny Pacquiao. Now, him and Canelo, they similar. Because Canelo is #1 over there in Mexico, and AJ is #1 over there in the UK. But the thing about Canelo is he's made it big over here in the United States. AJ has made it big in other countries. Now, I'm not saying he's not big in you know, other countries like Spain, Italy. You know, the Zone is an international app, so they shown all over the world. He known. He is the global superstar like Eddie Hearn says he is. But the problem is, until you make it big in the United States of America, then it's one step on that ladder that you ain't took. It's one rung on that there's one step on that ladder that you ain't took. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get to that next step, and you got to conquer America. You know, and Wilder beats Fury in that third fight, and you know, you're gonna duck it, but you shouldn't duck it. I don't think AJ is gonna duck the fight. I just think Eddie Hearn ain't trying to make the fight. They ain't gonna make that fight. You know, you just look at the past examples of the PBC and Matchroom Boxing working on big fights. AJ Wilder failed, didn't happen. Canelo, Caleb Plant, failed, didn't happen. So you know what it is. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, I ain't going for that no more. So I already know what time it is with that. So it is what it is. We got to see what happens and see what transpires. I just want to do a quick article on that, man. It's kind of funny to me, man, with Eddie Hearn, you know, and opening up the old Eddie Hearn playbook, man, about AJ selling out in this amount of time, doing record numbers. Once again, he's done that in all of AJ's probably fights since he held the title. Since he first won that title off of Prince Charles Martin, he's been talking about how AJ been selling out these and doing these record numbers. And like I said, what's really going on is Matchroom Boxing is buying those tickets and reselling them, and these ticket agencies and ticket outlets are buying these tickets and they reselling them. So actually, it ain't like the fans are buying all up, you know, gobbling up all the tickets. That's not the case. It ain't like I said, it's not like the fans are, you know, standing outside of the stadium in record numbers, all in the streets and stuff like that. Probably can't even pass, traffic probably can't even pass. They all in long lines, you know, going all into the streets, you know, let them tell it. And they gobbling up all the tickets. That's not the case. That's not the case. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video, and follow me on Facebook, GerardBriscoe.3551. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I holla.